on, Big Mike? Josh? Lance, how you guys doing? We got a big front coming in later tonight. Figure I'd try to get a little fishing in before it starts raining next couple 2-3 days. Crazy breezy out here. Just got the rods out. So hopefully these suckers cooperate. River's on a little bit of a rise. As far as conditions look favorable. Well, I probably should have at least bought a long sleeve shirt with me because it's going to get a little breezy out here after one thing once it gets dark. Josh, my partner, bailed on me for the Cat, so I'll probably be running solo for your tournament. No, Rob, he's I think he had something going on. But so I'm gonna probably be I'll be doing it out of my kayak. So I'll be trying to, as long as it ain't crazy windy, I'll be trying to fish that thing out of my kayak. So I got a pretty solid game plan, as long as the wind ain't blowing like crazy. What's going on, Dockery? Docker, you would have been proud. Last live I did last week, caught a big old giant silver cat. I just got carbon buffalo for bait tonight. I couldn't get a shad to save my life. Most of my bait holes are nothing but a big puddle now. I'm gonna have to start looking around for some other bait holes, and actually I need to start stocking up before winter. Yes, they do, James. I don't care what anybody says. Them dang drum, light gear, them things are fun to catch. And where you and Katie were fishing below Keokuk Dam, I worked up there. Hang on a second, boys. I might be getting a hit here. I worked up in Burlington, Iowa, or like Weber, Iowa, for almost 3 years. I spent a lot of time behind that dam, and them drum are lousy back behind there. But I caught some big old flathead back there too. What's going on, small town? All right, guys. Hopefully, there we go. All right, there we go. I don't know what happened, but I just lost service all of a sudden. Hopefully, it's not an issue with this front coming in. The only thing I'm concerned is supposed to be some pretty rough weather coming in later tonight. I definitely know the phone ain't overheating. It's pretty breezy and cool out here, so. I don't know, Docker. Josh probably got like freaking satellite dish or something he packs around with him. He's pretty tech savvy. I don't like me. Oh. Boy, I might have to put a little more weight on, guys. The river's coming up. I just got 8 ounces in that middle rod, and it ain't staying pinned. Last time I was out here, but this came up probably a good foot or so. Last few hours away, the graph showing. Oh, you call it the dag blasted largemouth, Kevin bluegill? That is annoying. I have that problem when I fish some of these creeks around the house. I'll try using bluegill for these flyhead, and a lot of times the bass will just sit there and just knock the snot out of it. Got a big old barge coming up river. We'll get a barge bite. Well, I apologize, guys. The wind's rough because wind is ripping right now. the empty barge and sitting pretty high in the water. Hooked up. All right, we got a little flatty, little bitty guy, but boy, he's pretty, ain't he? Look at all this coloration on that little guy. This little guy back. All right. Let's see here. No, Mark, I just caught a little flathead, little bitty guy. What's up, KC Fish Page? Doctor, gosh, I hope so. going on, Lyle? Yeah, guys, I've been set up about 20 minutes. Just got a little bitty, pretty little flathead. Caught him on this inside rod on a chunk of carp. So hopefully a bigger one will show up. Hopefully this wind will die down a little bit as the evening progresses, and I'm sure you guys got some wind noise. But I know earlier today it was flat ripping. Kelly, how you doing? Yeah, I hit like 3, 4 different holes before I come down here trying to get some shad. I could not get no shad to save my life. Most of my bait holes are drying up to just small puddles, and every one I pulled up on was just full of turtles, and the fish cranes were just having a field day picking off the. That may have been where my shad went. What am I using for bait, Mark? I have carp. That's what I'm using. I couldn't get into any shad, so I've got some common carp. I've got some small grass carp and one Asian carp in the cooler. So, I mean, I've got good bait. I mean, I would like to have a few shad to mix it up, but and that little flathead, I caught him off a little chunk of carp, little body section. Which is crazy because I very seldom do. It seems like I ever catch flathead out of the tip of this right here in the Swifter Current. But the last 2 times I've been here, I've caught a flathead. Benton Powell, how we doing? Take a look at the time here. That's about a watch with me today. 5:30. Figure I'll fish till probably around 9:30 maybe. It's usually about the time I'm usually getting started. But we went in and started at 3 o'clock this morning. So we got off work around 2, so I was actually able to get home at a decent time. Lyle, did you ever get your boat running? broadside rod, getting some spoon with it. Can post some links. I got a new phone. I need a new phone. My core phone it looks like a truck running over it. Dockery, I gotta get a hold of you. I need to pick your brain about sturgeon fishing. There's a sandbar up the river here with the guys been catching them on the regular. And I tried fishing too. Oh my gosh, a couple weeks ago. I think I caught every species but a sturgeon. Ozark man guy, hey, how you doing? Went today, just windy, quit early. Yeah, Ozark, it is crazy, crazy windy. I'm hoping it'll maybe lay down here as the evening progresses. The river's on the rise right now. I got a bit of drift going by, and it's not a real fast rise, so I definitely had to come out and give it a shot. So far, one little flathead squirrel. So far, one little flathead. When I first got set up here, I caught a little bitty old flathead. Here's a pretty little guy though. Has some real pretty speckling colors on him. That's one cool thing about them flatheads. The color variation of the thing it's all over the place. Well, I hope you get your boat running, man. It's getting to be some good fish weather. It's gonna be nice and cool and everything. The crappie's gonna start cranking up, and hope to see you and Miss Cindy this coming weekend. Chad's couples tournament. Yes, small town. The only thing we got around here, we have the shovel nose and a pallet sturgeon, and neither one of them get real big. But actually, Mr. James Dockery, he has our state record, Missouri state record for sturgeon. What's going on, John boy? Boy, I better put some rocks around my tripod the way this wind's blowing. Don't want that sucker to fall off in the river. Yeah, the wind feels like it's starting to lay down a little bit. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully it'll lay down where you guys ain't got all that wind noise. That and I won't get cold tonight. Get cold after dark. Man, you been got a bunch of rain for a while. We had rain. I was working up in the city. We had quite a bit of rain yesterday, but down where I'm at, it didn't hardly do anything. It rained maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. My yard is crazy dry, and like all my bait holes are like literally shrinking up to nothing. But we got rain coming in tonight, most of the day tomorrow, and I believe Friday. I think we got rain down here possibly. And I got to believe the cool front's supposed to be here tomorrow. So. I'm gonna check this inside rod. Someone's tapping on that thing pretty aggressively a little bit ago. I got my bait. All right. What's going on, Chad? Damn, we got another barge coming up river. A lot of barge traffic today. Oh, definitely, Mark. Oh, Docker, he's probably one of the most knowledgeable guys you'll ever meet as far as fish facts and behavior and whatnot. tell you what, boys, you can't hardly beat these early fall days out in the river. As far as the temperature and just, hopefully some of these big blues will cooperate. But hey, I'd take another flathead too. Big or small. Oh, not Dockery small, but uh-oh, little rod's getting messed with. Yeah, Mark, I'm kind of surprised Chad came in after to be playing around the golf, today. Well, your live stream's made the big time when the Chad comes in and graces us with his presence. Yeah, Chad, the first fish I caught was a flathead. That's the fish I needed last Saturday. Buck Williams, up the hash fish, 17 pounds, chunky, five fish, biggest, 49. Man, boy, I'd like to get up there and fish that fishery. Man, that is an amazing blue cat fishery them guys were on. Maybe I'm talking out of my butt here, but I think like the James River, you see a lot of fish caught in that 60 down range. But I think for like a true mega giant, Mississippi, the Ohio, or the Missouri is where to go. Like for a true, I mean, have a better chance at a true like absolute mega giant. But as far as numbers, you can't beat them guys up there. Well, the Tennessee, I forgot about the Tennessee River. Cabin outdoors. How we doing? Hey, Pontoon Jody. Well, I appreciate it, Jody. So we've been live for right at 15 minutes, and so far the only thing we've got is a low flathead so far. Figure we'll fish about the 9:30. See how it goes. Hey, Sean, how we doing? That's right. Let's go. Get a giant. Boy, it's not gonna be too much longer. Won't be able to get out here and do these lives because it'll be getting dark early. Have to switch it up and try to maybe do one on the weekends or something. Another few minutes, we'll pull that middle rod in and pickle powder. How we doing? Pull that middle rod in. We'll put a fresh bait on it. Boy, I tell you what, that glare off the water kind of makes it hard to see them rods. What's going on, Jeremy? Well, it is crazy windy out here, Jeremy. It's actually died down a little bit since I got set up about an hour ago. Barge just came through, got everything stirred up. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes while I pull that middle rod in, rebait it, and just bait prepped up for that middle rod. That's a nice body section. I downsize just a bit. See what happens. Oh, yeah, Mark. Let's get one. I've been on a bit of a dry spell as far as really big blues. Been catching plenty of keeners and stuff, but nothing what you could say was big. Chunky leading between him and Has. And I clicked in on a little bit during lunch yesterday, and Has doing a little. I'm not Has, but Chunky was doing a little free fishing. It seemed like he was on him. I completely forgot about them guys having their fish off today. Well, it's overcast when I first got here. The sun's trying to pop it right before it's getting ready to set. Popped out. Think the transit's still going on. It's a very good possibility. Small town because I know it's getting a lot cooler up north, and the water temperature it definitely has cooled down considerably in the last few couple weeks. So they may still be in a little bit of a funk yet. Might switch gears up this weekend and try to cast Casty if I get a chance to. I got to see what the work schedule is as far as the weekend, and may try to fish in the Casty maybe. That's Mark Erickson to be a very, very knowledgeable young man for his fishing and everything. That was a great show here tonight. Now, small town, you're out of Alabama, I believe, right? So I imagine it is probably still pretty warm. It's supposed to drop down the by next couple of days, 40s for lows and 60s for highs here. So I've definitely changed some things up. I'll reposition that out to the side rod. What's that? You know what? I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit. It's actually not a real bad spot. It's on the outer edge of that current seam. Philip, how we doing? Ernie, how we doing? Ernie, that's great. Chrissy got home. Hopefully, she gets better being home. A lot less stressful environment. Being at home, you don't have nurses and doctors waking you up all hours of the night. Absolutely, you're absolutely 100% right, Sean. Time in the water. Time in the water. Jeremy, I'll definitely say, even in the winter, chasing these big blues in the winter, or else even bass, switch it up and go chase some bass during the winter months. Jeremy, I know Mark likes to get out there and get after the crappie and the yellow perch and stuff in the winter. He does a lot of ice fishing. Just don't ever. Last few years we haven't had enough cold weather to really do any ice fishing. Get the ice thick enough, and as far as eating fish, boy, it's hard to beat crappie or bluegill coming out of that ice cold water like that. It's been several years since I've ice fished. When I worked a job up in Iowa, I did some bit of ice fishing with some of the local guys up there, mostly for crappie and bluegill. I'd actually have to go out and get more ice fishing tackle because right before I left that job up there, for the gentleman I worked up there, and he didn't have any ice fishing tackle, and he ended up giving what little bit of ice fishing tackle I had wasn't much, but small town, you sound like Lyle Stokes. He's always giving Mark and everybody always giving him grief, trying to get him out of the ice, and I think he feels the same way. I got a big old log getting ready to float in my line, so it's like I'm gonna drop down and get this thing out of my way here. Well, that sucker would have got my line. That would have had a heck of a mess. Another barge coming through. Philip, I probably talking him, but boy, with my luck, it would have got out there, way out there in my main lines, and just made a god awful mess. That's one of the hazards of fishing river when it's on the rise. You'll get a lot of drift. You constantly got to worry about stuff getting in your lines. Mark, that's a trip I thought about making this winter with the Piraten. And that is what I've heard from a lot of guys. It is extremely hit and miss. If you catch it when it's on fire, you can nail some giants. But that's what I've heard too. It can be extremely hit or miss. Heck yeah. Sometimes it's nice to kick back and just drink a few and just kind of chill out fishing. And oh my gosh, kidney stones. I've had those a couple times. Those are no fun. Go on, David. No, David, I'm on the Mississippi right now. I might try the Cassie this weekend. My dad's wanting to go, and figure I might take him up to Lock and Dam. It's easy for him to get to. He's in his 80s, and he don't get around so good anymore. And I figured that'd be a good place to take him and maybe get him on some fish. He's been wanting to get into one of these big blues. David, definitely. I'll shoot you a message when we get if we do get over there. He's still not 100% sure if he can go. Heck, if the weather cooled off, I might try to do a little bow hunting this weekend instead of fishing. If he has plans, I may try to get some freezer meat. Jeremy Bay, I guarantee you, there's a turtles and I was actually gonna get a hold of you, Jeremy, if uh, everything works out. Maybe see if you want to come down and go with this. I gotta see what my work schedule is too, though. Got a lot of stuff going on. Chunky's whooping up on Has right now. Oh boy, yeah. Oh, Has had been talking to mad smack. But so is Chunky. What is going on, Betty? Betty's been, let's see, we've been fishing for an hour and 17 minutes. Been a little slow. We caught a fly head, or a shovel head, if you like to call them, when I first got out here. And then haven't had much in the way of bites. Hopefully it picks up. David Smith, how are we doing? Take that outside rod, I think. I'm going to throw it more upstream and pull in short. I've got it quite a bit of line out in way down the river. I'm going to pull in short and throw it up river here and see what happens. A bad fun thing every time I do that. It seems like I hang up. There's a bunch of huge rocks right out here. Wow. Junkie's getting the numbers, but boy, it has looks like he's getting away. Has been getting on some good fish lately in the kayak. That's been a game changer for him. Won't be too much longer. I'll have to flip some lights on. Wow. Yeah, I'm on the Illinois side, Sean. No, I'm on the bad thing about the Missouri side. I really can't get service. I mean, I've got some killer spots on the Missouri side, but as far as service live stream, it's almost nil. And I can literally go 100 yards upriver from where I'm at now and won't get a stitch of service. Boy, it does seem like when Chunky gets in the boat, he loads up on the numbers big time. Boy, it's pretty out here. Well, I thought that wind was dying down. I feel like it's picking up. Aaron, get you in your skin a little bit, Jody. Yeah, this is a tough crowd, boy. If you're gonna dish it out, boy, you better be ready to take it back. And this is a tough crowd of folks, man. Chunky has fighting another fish right now. Wow, he is on fire, boy. Yeah, it's definitely an extremely amazing fishery with them boys fish up there. Oh, definitely, Mark. Yeah, them boys, they'll run. They'll probably run late into the night, I bet. HS Outdoors. Heath, the way the dang wind is blowing, heck, if you shot at a deer, dang arrow will be 10 foot off course. It's, oh my God, it's crazy, crazy windy. I'm going to get out this weekend, though, Heath. That's for sure. Let's put the light on, guys. God. Shed a little light on the subject. Went this morning, but had a skunk. That's cover scent, Heath. How about broadside? The nice buck driving into work this morning. Don't count your chicken jet pontoon, Jody. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. That's right, David. Have faith, Jody. That's one thing in fishing. You never know what's gonna happen. I've had days I went out and thought, oh, it's gonna be terrible, and just absolutely clean up. And I got a log on my outside line out there. Hopefully it'll spin around and get out of my line. But it does not look like it. Can't believe how slow the fish has been this evening. Fish assassin, how we doing? That's right, Jody. Never give up. That's right. We. Oh my gosh, this started off really rough for us, but we changed our technique up a little bit and paid off. Yeah, Heath, I thought, yeah, I thought that was going to turn into a bank fishing deal for us because the way the motor was acting, but you got her figured out and things turned out pretty good. Josh does that Ohio River Pool tournament again next year. We're definitely going to have to pair up again. Come on, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, inside rod. Something that's looking, I think. Well, he hit it a couple times and Short Creeks, how we doing? Show me, not out of the main channel, no. I have, I mean, now on the backwaters coming off the river, tons of them. But I've never caught one out of the main channel. Which, I mean, you know they're there because, I mean, they show up in the backwaters all the time. And like I said, I've never had them show, Larry, I've never had them show up in the, even fishing behind these wing dikes and slack water. I've never had one hit a bait. Well, Larry, if you want to get in the boat, then I can take you to a spot that's just, oh my goodness, it's absolutely loaded with them, and some big ones too. Yeah, Jody, getting this time of year. Yeah, blues are probably more of a safer bet. But that's so far that's the only thing I've caught is a flathead so far. Give it a couple more hours. Just 7 o'clock here. I'll definitely give it a couple more hours to see what happens. Last couple times I was out here, the bite was hitting during the daylight, but not so much the case today. Circle left. Wow. Aaron, what's going on? Larry, get a hold of me. Get a hold of me, and I'll take you to a spot that's full of big bowfin. It's a place down the bottoms I know, and you can go down there and just catch them like crazy. Thank you, Larry. Fogged out here. I'm no fun. We got rain coming in tonight. That's right, Mark. That's right. Life happens and stuff comes up, and got a barge coming down river now. I'm gonna put a fresh bait on this inside rod. Fishing frustration. How we doing? Had a slow one so far. Fishing frustration. Got one flathead. All we've gotten so far. My barge is cruising, boy. I almost set up on the upstream side of this dike this evening with this water rise, and I've had some good luck before on the upstream. Well, it's better when the water's higher, but I've had really good luck on the upstream side of this dike when the river's rising. I almost set up there this evening, and kind of wondering if I shouldn't have now. Oh yeah, small town. It is ripping big time. So the river is on the rise right now. It's gonna be on the rise for the next few days. So okay, that outside rod, I've had it closed and nothing. So. Oh, I knew it. Well, it's about a guarantee when I throw on the upstream side of the upriver, I'm going to get snagged. Do a retie. Bad thing when I throw on that upstream side, like I said, it's almost a guarantee I'm going to snag, but sometimes it's worth it. Small town, no, but I have a friend of mine. I fish once in a while, and he likes using shrimp in the river. I've never seen him catch anything big off it, but I have seen him catch some impressive numbers off of it, though. Back up this one, re-rigged up. Bet you get this one back in action. Got him back out there. Well, honestly, I figure with this current, with the river rise a little bit, these fish will be hitting a little better than they are. But it's been crazy, crazy slow. Trying to catch enough fish. But yeah, shrimp would definitely be, especially if you're wanting numbers. Shrimp's hard to beat when you're trying to get numbers of fish. It really is. Or during the hotter months, if you're going after channel cats, a good punch bait, like sunnies or something like that's good for numbers. Especially like small, like eating sized fish. And what's going on, Chris? Keep adjusting these rods around, throw them in different spots, and maybe get something figured out here. Yeah, I think Chris, me and my dad might be going this possibly this weekend. If we go, that's exactly I think what we're going to work on is try to get some eating size catfish for fish fry. I appreciate everybody coming in and watching. Hopefully this bite picks up. Kind of maybe next time I go live, might do a drift fishing. Get the kayak out and go do some drift fishing somewhere. That'll probably be a weekend. Be a weekend deal though. Yeah, the weather getting ready to cool off here in the next few days. Well, the crappie bite ought to really start cranking up. But wind has just completely switched directions since I've been out here, and it's starting to cloud up big time. I got like a half moon I'm looking at, and it's just yeah. I need to get busy and start getting stockpiling some fish for the freezer for this winter. Last month or so, all I've been chasing pretty much catfish. I have done a little bit of bass fishing, but mostly it's been catfish. So I need to get out some bluegill and some crappie and stock the freezer up. No, I didn't. No small town. I didn't get in on that. But I am in Josh Dunnigan's Weekend Anglers Tax Cat tournament next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday I am in that. And the old boy I had going to be my partner, he had some family issues come up. Had so I will be going solo on that one. If the weather cooperates, I'll be in my kayak for that one. Yeah, small town. If I had service, I've got a spot. Oh my goodness, I can just catch carp like nobody's business, but do not get don't get enough service to stream. Thank you, small town. Thank you very much. Come on, kitty, give me something. Well, there's one out inside rod. Usually, I always run a smaller bait on it, and usually I'm getting dink bites. Pretty consistent. I'm not even getting that tonight. I got that one flathead right off the get go, and I thought, all right, might be a pretty good evening. Good night, Bernie. You take care of Chrissy, and I hope she feels better. And let us know if you guys need anything, Ernie. Yeah, Ernie's wife's been pretty. Chrissy has been really bad sick. So, geez, about going on a month now. She's had a rough year. Sick a few times during the summer pool party tournament. She fell, broke her ankle. Yeah, Chrissy's had a really rough year. Mark, Rob, he's not during the week. I don't think I could get Rob out here during the week. You know, he's getting up in the years, and he's gotta get that sleep. And Lord knows Rob needs that beauty sleep. mess with that outside rod. We'll load that sucker up here in a little bit. Small town, yeah. That's I don't use it too much. I mean, I was messing around several years ago when I came up with that recipe, and oh yeah, it it works like crazy. I mean, it's little bit of a hang on a second, y'all. I'm getting a bunch of slack here. Yeah, small town. That stuff's a bit of a pain to make, but it's definitely worth it. I really like taking that stuff out when I got kids with me or someone that just wants to catch a lot of fish. And using that dough ball recipe I got on light tackle for them carp. Oh my goodness, that is an absolute blast. We used to have a couple gentlemen used to work with years ago, and they would take every carp and buffalo we could catch, and we'd go down. We could literally fill up a coffin cooler full of buffalo and carp in them river bottoms with that stuff. Fins and Fowl, yes, check it out. Go to uh, I've got a video. It's I believe it's called Homemade Secret Recipe, like carp bait, and I've got the how to make it from and everything. And it tells you exactly everything you need and whatnot, and what size hooks I use. And I will tell you though, that stuff can be a little bit of a bear keeping the hook, especially if there's buffalo in the area. Because the buffalo just kind of suck on it and pop around on it. But usually when I'm common carp hit it, they usually nail it pretty good. And channel cat will eat that stuff up like crazy too. I mean, all it is range cubes like cattle cubes, molasses, flour, and a couple other things. And like I said, I've got the video, and it'll tell you exactly how to make the stuff from scratch. I've got a creek below the house that occasionally I'll get bored. I actually made a carp video down there a while back, and we haven't put it out yet. And you catch some giant common carp out of there. Fall time, that's good. We used to use Wheaties. We would crush up Wheaties. And I'll tell you something else that works really good. If you can get a hold of cottonseed cake and crush it up, make dough balls out of, add some flour, a little molasses to cottonseed cake and dough it up, ball it up. Carp would just go absolutely nuts with that stuff. Well, I started the whole YouTube thing. I used to take my daughters down this, the lake, like the river of an oxbow, and I would make up some of that dough bait and let them wear out some carp. My oldest one, she actually caught a 51-pound grass carp one evening on that stuff. Woo! Chunky's putting a whooping on Has. Dang it. Like I was saying earlier, it seems like when Chunky gets out in his boat, he gets on some fish, boy. I keep getting a bunch of slack in this no rod. Oh, that's why right there, Dad. Gotta get me hit. That's why. Fish had picked it up and swam in towards me with it. So I started walking away, popped it a couple times. He'll come back and pick it up. slack again. Yeah, small town. You go to particular oxbow in the spring of the year when the willows are starting to bud out and the husk from the buds are falling in the water. I mean, you'll just see giant grass carp all over that thing. I wish I could get service down there, and I do a carp fishing live stream down there, but I can't get no service. I've tried a couple different times, and I can't get service. Still messing that middle rod. Must be a little bitty guy. Got a pretty fair sized bait on there. That's kind of what I'm thinking, small town. Keep getting that slack, keep coming in. I may try to crank down on him and see if he's there. The bait was all chewed up. I think it was a turtle working on it. Really? Well, I've got an AT&T. And if it work with that, oh my gosh, that'd be a game changer for me. As far as doing these live streams, definitely open up more areas where I could do live streaming at. I'm all telling you this, I actually got a grass carp in my cooler out here. I got enough dough net before I come out here. That might be the next thing I put on that outside rod. I'll give it another, see here. Give it another little bit, see if something picks it up. If not, I might put some grass carp on there. Oh, that'd be ideal. Small town. You know, come thing, we do have them on some of our job sites. I know exactly what you're talking about. We do have them on some of our job trailers and different spots. The service is not that great. Well, we need a takedown, guys. Oh, there we go. popping that sucker pretty good, didn't he? He stopped. Sean, no, it has been. I've had a couple little hits. It's been the Dead Sea out here this evening. This is where a boat would be great to pick up and relocate. Evidently, these blues are not stacked in here tonight. That's for sure. Lisa Lee, how we doing? Yeah. Train rolling by. Boy, a fish hit that inside rod 3 or 4 times. And that was it. Honestly, I kind of wonder if he's sliding down the rocks getting spooked. inside rod in, put a fresh bait on it. Outside rod rather. Put a big old grass carp head on there and see if that gets anything jibing. Hey, stonefly. No snag rigs for fishing that. Yeah, that would be a game changer in a lot of these spots, that's for sure. I've got a few spots I fish on the Missouri side. I catch a lot of fish, but holy crud, do I go through some hardware. Stonefly, it's been slow. When I first got set up, I caught a flathead pretty quick. But since then, it's been dead. I've had a couple small bites. River's on the rise. I figured the bite was going to be decent tonight, but it's been I've been struggling. Yes, Stonefly. That's exactly why I came out. It's supposed to rain like crazy for the next 2 or 3 days. It's going to be got some pretty heavy rain coming in tonight into tomorrow and probably Friday. So I'm gonna get out here and get a little fishing in. That is absolutely right, Lisa. Anytime you're fishing is a good night. So the way I look at it, all it takes is that one big fish to change everything. I'm looking forward to later this winter when it gets really bitter cold. Got a power plant lake I fish, and you can absolutely just rack up some crazy numbers sometimes. And I get pretty good service there, so I'll be able to live stream there. But I'll be once the weather gets really cold. That's the same lake I'm going to fish next weekend for Josh's Tacky Cat tournament. Yeah, Lisa, it's pretty flat on Lake Levy, but I will be out here fishing this winter. I would definitely come out. I've caught some nice blue cat out here in the winter time. I got one of my videos. Oh, the first time I ever used chicken for bait, and I think it was like 19 degrees, 18, 19 degrees that day. And I got out here and I caught a couple pretty nice blues, and It was February, I believe, and I want to check that inside rod. That fish hit that thing earlier and never did come back. What is the average weight? Uh, I'll say you get a lot of them between that 3 to 10 pound range. Small town, you get a lot of them. You'll get some teeners throw in. I have pulled some 40s and 50s out of there, but it's also one of them lakes. I've been over there. I mean, fishing by myself, like out in the kayak, drift fishing. I've had 30 and 40 fish days fairly regular out there when the bite's hot, drifting. That's kind of why I'm hoping it's going to be like this when Josh's cat term. I'm going to start out small for some little bitty guys because in that term you got to start small and work your way up. And I'm going to try to target some little guys, and I'll get out in the main lake and start drifting. There was a gentleman last year, the DNR was telling me caught an 85-pound blue out of that lake. So the giants are there. In that lake, usually I have no snag dragging sinkers, uh, and I usually run 3 to 4 ounces. Or if I'm suspend drifting, I run about 5 to 6 ounces, and dropping straight underneath the kayak and just kind of depending on what kind of mood you're in. Because sometimes I've been dragging baits, not done that well, and switch to spin drifting and just start tearing them up, or vice versa. Oh, the wind's died down. It's still blowing, but it's died down a lot. Can't beat the temperature right now. Holy crap. I don't know what it was, guys, but something just come up underneath my rods. Was just absolutely huge, some type of fish. I had my guess, probably a big old carp. Lead weight, yeah, like I said, usually there's no current. I mean, there's a little bit of current in that lake, and it's pretty much a flat bottom lake. When I drag, if I'm not using the dragging weight, maybe 3 to 4 ounces is about all I ever use in there. But now here, it's anywhere from average about 8 to 14 ounces. Usually what I use out here in the spring of the year when it's flooding. I'll actually be sitting back that way on the bank. This whole dike will be completely covered, and I've had really, really good luck. But I got to use some serious weight then to keep things down. Somebody on the other side of the river fishing. I can see the lantern from way over here. I'll tell you what, y'all, this is one of the slowest days I've had fishing in quite some time, as far as hits. It's just small town. You may want to check with Brad Caldilly. He's Caldill. I know he orders a ton of lead, and I'm not sure what dealership he deals with, but I mean, he makes a ton of sinkers, and I'm sure he gets a good price on it. John, I need some mojo, man. Need some of your mojo. Whoa, it's been it's been a slow night. I don't know, maybe. I mean, river's coming up pretty, fairly quickly, a little faster than I actually like on the rise, but the fight has just been horrible tonight. Hey, James, what's going on, buddy? It's been slow, buddy. One fly ahead, and that has been it. Yeah, I've got a few spots like that. Small town. I got to use a three-way rig. I've got a spot that's several miles downriver where I fish, and I mean the fishing. Oh, it's great, but like I said, you will go through some hardware. So, and I always end up using a three-way. Got a barge coming up river kind of thing. Once this barge gets by, I may call it a night because these cats are not in the feeding mood here anyway. Yeah, James, we're actually covered. I mean, absolutely covered up in work right now. And we got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe too. Stuff's gonna be crazy busy. James, if things get better for you, uh, middle of next week, whatever, get a hold of me. If you still want to fish that tournament with me. Oh, that's a rough one, James. Okay, James. Yeah, we'll touch base middle next week and see how things are going. Yeah, I think what's it? Barge? It's about a half mile down the river. Not moving real fast, but I think once he gets up past us, I'm gonna call it a night. What's going on, Kelly? Oh, it's been horrible. Small town. I took this one inside rod and I had it chunked over towards the bank, and I never even got a hit. And I've tried different letting one line way out, getting out there further out in the current, and I've reeled it in close. I've tried all kind of stuff, and just they are just not cooperating tonight. Got a bunch of slack this out. So, shit about the old crusty, trusty chicken with me. Drill this inside rod up, rebait, and get try something different here. They've got lockjaw big time. Yeah, like I said, I think once this barge gets up past me, I'm gonna call her night. That gun win. Yeah, James, I'm fishing area 51. It's been a slow. I don't know if it's made a fall transition, but one thing too, the river's kind of it's on a rise. It's a really fast rise, I guess. I've been watching the rock down below me. I've been watching ever since I got here, and it's quite a bit of it sticking out of the water now. It's almost completely covered. So, and plus this front coming in, I don't know. Just, they're just not cooperating tonight at all. Oh yeah, James, it's a lot of my bait holes are starting to dry up. But we're supposed to get all this rain next day or so, and it'll probably get them filled up, and actually might burn me a little bit for next week's tournament getting bait. May have to change it up and try a couple different areas. As soon as I get off work next Friday, I'm gonna get right out and try to get on getting some good bait right away. And I'm not sure, James. I'll give it a I'll give it a little bit to see if the Bard gets anything anything working. Dang, that's a heck of a lake, James. Woo, 40 fish over 60. And also, this has been one of my toughest years on the river. I mean, I've caught a lot of fish this year in the 20 to 40 pound range. A couple a little bit bigger than that, but it's been one of my worst years in a long time. Or like big fish. Wow, what a slow night it's been. Start getting some of the gear picked up and the garage a few minutes while I'm picking my gear up. Guys, I'm going to shut it down for tonight. It has been a rough night. And one of the worst nights I've had in a while. But, guys, I appreciate you guys coming in and watching. And, yeah, James, I should have bought the chicken. But, guys, I appreciate you guys coming in, and I'll see you in the next one.